So this is the time, date, and place set for hearing in this matter. The court will call the case of People versus Jamar Lloyd, 93-007893 FC. The record will reflect that I am currently live streaming to my YouTube station. Although I'm not required to do so because my courtroom is open to the public at this time. However, for those who are viewing this proceeding via YouTube, the court does not allow any type of rebroadcast of this matter. If anyone engages in any rebroadcast of this court proceeding, they may be held in contempt of court. If at this time the attorneys would give their full appearances for the record.
Your Honor, good morning. Good morning, counsel. For the record, Dan Van Norman for the people.
Good morning, Judge. Ashley Craythorne from the State Appellate Defender Office on behalf of Jamar.
And Mr. Lloyd is also present, appearing via Zoom. The purpose of this hearing today is to conduct a status conference. I did receive a motion that was filed by Mr. Lloyd, essentially, which is to request resentencing in this matter. He was sentenced to life without parole after a jury found him guilty back in October 7th of 1993 for first-degree murder. The predecessor to retired Judge Borchert, Judge Heathscott, did sentence him to life without parole. Mr. Lloyd's argument to this court is that he was 18 years of age at the time of the commission of the offense. He did make the argument regarding the successive motion rule that it is not applicable in this case because there's been a substantive change in the law and that it should be made retroactive. That is the issue that is before this court in determining whether or not Mr. Lloyd is entitled to resentencing, is whether or not the People versus Parks decision, which was decided in July of 2022, whether it should have retroactive application. So the issue is the retroactivity of the People versus Parks decision. I did have a conversation with Ms. Craythorne and Mr. Van Norman on this morning in chambers regarding the retroactivity issue. It's my understanding that the issue is now up on appeal before the Michigan Court of Appeals. And Ms. Craythorne, if you could just update the court regarding the status of that case.
Yes, Judge. We know the pool case went to oral argument last month, and so I think we can expect a decision time soon, though the timeline is somewhat unclear. The decision on retroactivity as to the rule set out in Parks should be decided by the Court of Appeals in the next few months or so.
Very well. Mr. Van Norman, is there anything that you would like to add before I make a decision?
No, Your Honor. We discussed, or the matter was discussed in chambers.
So per this matter is set for status conference today. I'm going to get this matter rescheduled for another status conference in September of this year. That should give the Court of Appeals time to make their ruling on that decision. So I'm looking at September 18th at 1:30. Ms. Craythorne, if you would like to check your calendar. And then Mr. Lloyd, what we can do instead of bringing you here for that hearing, we can again have you Zoom in. And Ms. Craythorne, I'll offer that indulgence to you as well if you would like to Zoom in as opposed to appearing in person.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, and I am available on that date and time.
So we'll see everyone back here. What's the date again and time?
September 18th at 1:30 p.m.
Anything further for the record on Ms. Craythorne?
Yeah, I just wanted to provide some information on Mr. Lloyd to the court since it's been a long time since he's been in front of the trial court. He's been doing very well. He's currently housed at Cotton Correctional, where he works as a dog trainer for the Leader Dogs for the Blind program. That's a selective program at the different facilities, and he's been successfully training dogs with them for the past 4 years now, along with other beneficial programming that he's been involved with over the years that we'll be sharing with the court as we move forward.
And those will definitely be issues and factors for this court to review if this matter makes it past that first hurdle of retroactivity. So thank you for sharing that information, Ms. Graythorne. Mr. Van Norman, anything further for the record?
No, not today, Your Honor. Thank you.
Very well. Mr. Lloyd, do you have any questions? Or do you find that there's a need for you to meet with your attorney in a breakout room before we conclude?
No, sir. We spoke yesterday.
Very well. That will conclude this matter. The time now is 9:26 a.m. Everyone have a good day.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you.